Hello everybody and welcome to DRL TV. I am your host, James Pandoff. With me as always is Taylor Butcher Benjamin. How are you doing tonight, Taylor?
I'm doing great tonight, James. One of my favorite places tonight here in Thunder Valley, Bristol, Tennessee. Certainly going to be a barn burner, as I like to put it. Going to be a lot of beating and banging, a lot of controlling emotions. That's definitely going to be a key here tonight. From what I saw during practice, a lot of loose trucks, and from what I saw that put down a really fast lap, people are going to be running the bottom because I've noticed that you hit the rev limiter really early on the straightaways with this setup. So it's going to be really important to get track position and maintain as much as you can and stay out of trouble.
Absolutely, it's going to be fun to watch. We're doing 150 laps here on the .533 mile racetrack. Right now we're underway with qualifying with about 3 minutes remaining. Currently looking at Jordan Berry with a 15.452. That's currently fourth. Let's see if he improves on a second lap. He does, just barely though, a 15.407 for Jordan Berry. We see Dakota Wilkins is waiting his time. Doing the qualifying here, it's not going to take that long, so drivers have almost 4 minutes. They can wait it out and eventually get to qualifying. Let's see who else is on track at the moment.
Of course, I'm unable to watch it at the moment from my rig because I'm going to be doing a little double duty tonight, folks. Just like I did at Michigan in the Cup car, and hopefully I do a little better tonight because I know there was some controversy surrounding that one, but I'm going to be part of race control tonight as well as doing this race in the booth.
Jeffrey Meyer qualifying. You saw him get a little loose off forward, but this is his second lap. He's currently second with a 15.101. Let's see if he'll be able to improve and knock Steven Sims off pole. Crosses the line, and he does not improve, so second place at the moment. Still many drivers yet to qualify. We see Richard Springer's on track now, going to be completing his lap times.
Yeah, Springer was the quickest in practice with a 15.041, and he takes the pole position away from Steven Sims.
Great time there by Richard Springer. We'll see if anybody beats that time. We see Marvin Winfield's waiting on track, so he'll be starting on the back.
That's an interesting decision given how fast he showed he can get around this track in practice, put up the second fastest time.
Looks like the majority of these drivers are going to be waiting it out. Daniel Holloway currently 8th. He'll be completing his second lap. See if he'll improve at all.
Adam Furry slips it into second, and if you can recall last week in his post-race interview,
as he spins out crossing the line, Daniel Holloway will be starting 8th at the moment. 40 seconds left in qualifying.
We're getting back to Furry at Michigan. He talked about how confident he is tonight. And as far as our winner from the last 2 weeks, PJ O'Leary, well, the possibility of a three-peat right now is not going to happen because he's not even in the session for whatever reason. And also a big thing for these drivers is no cuppers for the rest of the season. It's going to be just Truck Series regulars throughout. And their pole sitter is going to be Richard Springer in the number 21. Let's bring him up here and talk to him before we set the stage for you tonight. Hey, Richard, you got a copy? It's the booth.
Yeah, Booth, what's up?
Well, you backed up your solid practice time with the pole position tonight. You were telling me in practice just how loose it is on this track and just how much finesse you got to use around this place. You think that's the real key tonight?
Yeah, I found that I have to feather it off the corners, which is not good because that's when you want to be on the gas hard. But it's so easy to spin when you think you're out of the corner, you're not quite out, and it'll spin you. So you have to be real careful even when you think you're straight.
150 laps tonight. Sure, track positions are going to be ever so important as it is every single week. Hope to see you run well tonight and maybe pull off win number 3.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Usually I just take it easy for a while, and I might fall back a ways. But the problem here is if you get a lot of cautions, you'll just end up going back and back and back. So we'll see. I really don't like pushing it hard at the beginning, so I might let some of these guys go a little bit and maybe work myself in there. We'll see how it goes.
Well, as we wait for everybody to grid up, good luck out there, and we'll hope to talk to you later on.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Have a good broadcast.
As we take a look at our starting grid for tonight, Richard Springer, who we just spoke to, will be starting first. Adam Ferree starting alongside him. Third position goes to Steven Sims in the number 79, and the points leader, Jeffrey Meyer, will start fourth. Corey Sherman starting fifth, and Dakota Wilkins will begin sixth. Roy Grande, a nice qualifying effort for him, starting in seventh, and Daniel Holloway will begin eighth. David Lindahl ninth, and Adam Purcell will round out the top 10 in 10th. Jordan Berry 11th, Matt Vanderkoy 12th. 13th goes to Casey Drake and Robbie Armstrong alongside him in 14th. Cody Gasky will begin 15th, Cody Barber 16th, the Cody rows in row 8. Adam Breeding 17th, Marvin Wingfield 18th. 19th is Austin Collins, and Taylor Butch Benjamin is our seat tonight. Then we have Terrence Ney and Dustin Eichert, Daryl Warren Jr. and William Wingfield. And that'll do it. A 23 truck field tonight. It's going to be exciting. 2 pace laps for warm-up.
Yeah, it definitely is going to be exciting. A 23 truck field and winding down that time in the playoffs. And these guys on the outside looking in, I know we say this each and every week, but they're definitely feeling the pressure of knowing that it's definitely going to a win could definitely help their cause as far as making it into the chase.
Pace car is going to be ducking off this time in turn 4. Richard Springer is going to be leading them to the line. So who do you have taking this one tonight, Taylor?
Well, I like what I saw out of Mr. Springer in practice as we get the green flag and he gets a very good start. He showed a lot of not too much fall off in the long run. He ran about 20 laps in practice, and he was telling me how good his tire wear was, so that's definitely going to be key tonight. As here he comes around to complete lap 1 with a 0.4 of a second lead and rim riding like he always does.
Battle for 5th going on between Dakota Wilkins and Corey Sherman in the 6th. Behind them, the battle for 8th is heating up between Roy Grande and Adam Purcell. Go back a little farther, we have Matt Vanderkoy, Robbie Armstrong, and Casey Drake battling it out for the 11th position.
Already got some fenders being rubbed back in the back, so Terrence Sine with a little right rear damage. These trucks are really look to be a handful. Springer gets into the wall.
Doesn't look like it hurt him too badly. You do see a little above the right front fender. You see his wheel sticking out. We'll see how much that affects him.
That's a good thing about these short tracks, like here in Martinsville, that it's like aero damage doesn't really affect you too much as long as you don't hurt the motor. So it's more in the driver's hands, which is certainly what I like and what a lot of other guys like.
Casey Drake making the pass on Robbie Armstrong for 11th. as it looks like these guys have single filed out for the most part around this track.
Yeah, they're definitely showing some patience and some give and take, which is definitely what you want to see. As you see just about everybody riding up by that wall. Oh, we got a caution.
Looks like the 01 of Adam Breeden. Let's see if we can see what happened.
If that was the 01 of Adam Breeden.
Looks like the 30 of Terrence Renee got into him. Luckily, Adam hit back first in the wall, so I don't think he's going to be affected that badly, engine-wise, performance-wise. Let's see if we can see that one more time.
Yeah, looks like Sine kind of drove under him and got up a little bit.
Yeah, drove it too
hard
deep
in there.
Ended up into him. You do see that damage on the back end of the 01, but it's not that significant. Like I said, I think he'll be just fine.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too bad as we see some full sail pit stops going on.
So it looks like the 30 will be receiving the EOL penalty. As it looks like Richard Springer decided to stay out as well as maybe the top 5, it looks like. Adam Breeden 37 seconds and counting for damage. With only a couple of races left in the season, let's take a quick look at the point standings. As it sits, we have 9 different winners. The whole playoff field is almost made up of winners this season. That's pretty amazing for this series. Look at the non-points winners. We have Cody Gasky, Robbie Armstrong, and Adam Purcell are currently in. David Lindahl and Jerry Rogers are right on the cut line of making it into the playoffs. So these next couple races are going to be very important for drivers like them. And Marvin Wingfield, who we've seen had multiple chances to win, he's been very fast all season long. I think he's going to have a great shot here tonight as soon as he can get up through the field to possibly win.
And quite frankly, I don't want to sound too biased here, but as well as Marvin Wingfield has run this season, and if he doesn't make it in the chase, given how well he's run and how close he's come to victory at a couple occasions, Pocono comes to mind, both races really, that would be pretty tough to see, given how well he's run and what kind of improvement he's shown over this season compared to last season.
Yeah, currently sitting 14th, up 4 positions already.
Yeah, like I said, he showed some pretty solid speed in practice. It was only just a couple hundredths off of Richard Springer's time. As the pace car is down and away, or it will be this time, and we'll get back to green flag racing.
Yes, sir.
Richard Springer electing the inside lane.
Looks like the top 15 stayed out, so old tires won't be a factor on this restart. Pace car is off. Richard Springer will lead him to the line. Nice start there by the 21 of Richard Springer as we head down into turn 1.
Actually surprised to see him choose the inside lane, but he gets a good enough start that he is able to get up there and cover that spot.
Battle for 5th heating up. Corey Sherman has the momentum on that outside. Ooh, big wiggle there by the 26.
Oh, big wreck. Sorry, that wasn't Casey Drake. That was actually Adam Faree. Or Daniel Holloway, actually.
Daniel Holloway with a big wiggle there. Let's see if we can get a replay of that.
It looked like he got on the apron on exit, and it was just chasing it all the way down the straightaway, and once he got to the corner, he slid up and got collected by the 77 of Roy Grande, and it was on from there.
David Wilborn caught up in it as well. We see the 19, the 96, the 7 involved. We know the 3 was in it as well, and Daniel Holloway. I think everybody's going to be alright out of it though. I didn't see really that many big impacts as we're going to go on board with the 77. We can back it up one more time. As you can see, coming out of 4, the 26 gets loose. He sends it to the inside. As he comes back up track, 77 just nowhere to go into him. You see that right front damage there to the Taco Bell machine and the carnage behind him.
Let's see if we can pull somebody in here real quick. Hey, Jeffrey Meyer, got a copy, sir? It's the booth.
Yeah, I do.
Well, after last week, or actually last couple weeks have been kind of tough. Pocono, lap 1 incident, chose to sit out Eldora, and then a tough race last week at Michigan. How do you feel tonight? I know you're still got a pretty big point lead, but still, I would think as we wind down the regular season, probably be a good time to start getting some momentum back on your side.
Yeah, that'd be nice. It's been going down and lost quite a few points the last 3 races, so just want to ride and hopefully I'm not pushing any issues tonight. I'd be happy with a top 5.
You're off to a pretty solid start so far. Hopefully you can keep all the fenders on it and bring home a solid result. Good luck the rest of the night.
Yeah, at least right now I only have to worry about 3 other trucks wrecking in front of me. So.
Yeah, well, hopefully they won't wreck in front of you and you won't have that issue, and see if we can battle these guys.
Yeah, just try to keep it clean till the end.
Yeah, well, good luck.
Thanks.
Sure, it must be weird for Jeffrey to hear me 1 minute on the race control channel and then 1 minute in the booth. But wrapping up our second caution flag, looks like Richard Springer's gonna choose the inside lane once again.
Pace car's going to be ducking off. Richard Springer choosing the inside once again. Green flag is out.
Adam Ferree got a pretty solid start that time.
He did indeed, right on the back bumper of Richard Springer. Going back a little farther, we have Steven Sims looking to the inside of Adam Purcell. Purcell hanging tough on the outside as we see Dustin Eichers returning to pit road after receiving damage on that last round.
Oh man, who was that really loose? It looked like Steven Sims.
It was
I mean,
indeed.
that bottom groove is just really tough to get grip.
Daniel
As we saw in
Holloway.
the Cup race the other day.
Daniel Holloway also back in pits. As it looks like these guys are starting to single file back out. We see Casey Drake, Roy Grande, and Robbie Armstrong all in the mix for 13. Almost 3 wide there. Robbie Armstrong thought better of it. We see Daniel Holloway returning to the track.
Hey, he actually got a passing under yellow, and I guess that's actually since I was interviewing his teammate, I guess that kind of contributed to it.
We see Tanzania looking to the inside of Steven Sims. Steven Sims did hit the wall a lap ago. Looks Looks like he's still fighting that loose condition.
Still plenty of time for Holloway. He's 2 laps down right now. Marvin Wingfield 1 down, but
Oh,
only
Steven
20
Sims again.
Oh, there we go. Steven Sims gets collected by a bunch of trucks. Adam Breeden again involved. Oh, and they're still piling in. Cody Barber and David Wellborn slide in late.
Roy Grande, Adam Breeden. Let's see if
They
we
all
can...
made some pretty heavy contact, but saw Steven.
Let's see if we can see that one more time. Entering turn 1. It looks like it just snaps loose on the 79. Dakota Wilkins nowhere to go. Jordan Berry snuck by the 87. 19 just nowhere to go. 96 of David Wilburn went low to avoid him, and it looks like the 28 wasn't slowing down in time and ran into him. He was on the brakes, he just not hard enough, as we're going to see that one more time on Cody Barber cam. You see the pile up, 96 goes low, and just nowhere to go. We're going to see what the 77, what happened to him. Oh, the 01 was sideways in front of him, and then the pile up behind him, the 96 and the 28 slamming into both vehicles. While all that was going on, it looks like Adam Ferree will be the new leader. He's actually stayed out. He's on 31 lap tires. Everybody else has pitted, so it's going to be interesting to see how Adam Ferree is able to handle it on older tires. As you can see, Cody Barber able to beat the pace car off pit road, keep at least one lap. Looking at the 57 of Jordan Berry. We saw him get through that rack. Looks like he has a little bit of damage.
Well, a lot of guys getting damage fixed, and right now it's trucks on the lead lap are kind of whittling down considerably, already down to just 13 right now. As Adam Ferree is going to start on the outside of the front, while as the control truck for this restart.
Yeah, like I mentioned, Ferree is on older tires, about 30 lap older tires, so it's going to be interesting to see if he either wheel spins or just loses the grip in the corners to these guys on pressure tires.
Now he's going to find out quickly. As the pace car ducks down and he gets a good start.
He did get a very good start. We'll see if he's able to hold on to it.
Oh.
As we see Purcell looking to take second from Springer. Jeffrey Meyer joining him on that high line.
Yeah, Springer's gonna be tough sledding down there on the inside. And with all these trucks lined up to his outside.
Springer's going to want to get to the high side as quickly as he can, as Corey Sherman's going to try to get to his outside, so he cannot do that.
I'm sure these guys are going to be taking notes right now, seeing how Adam Ferree does on these older tires out front.
So far, so good.
Oh, David Wellborn slow in the middle of the track. Oh my gosh.
Everybody able to avoid. I'm not really sure what that was about. Let's see if we can.
I see Cody Barber also slow down the backstretch. Perhaps not under power.
Yeah, I think the 28's blown the engine. Yeah, he's
Oh, it
pulling
was.
off.
Oh, okay. So David Wellborn actually. He and the 30 got together. Now we got more carnage. Involving Richard Springer and Anna Purcell up at the front of the field.
Trying to see what happened to the 96. Oh, okay. I see the smoke in front of him.
Looks like Purcell hit the wall and slid down into the path of Jeffrey Meyer and backed them all up right there.
Oh yeah, you see that? Meyer nowhere to go. Sherman got involved. 21's involved. Everybody else looks like they were able to get around it.
As I was starting to say before that last incident happened, David Wellborn actually got turned around off turn 4 by Terrence Sine, but no caution came out. But that was pretty dicey way the leaders ran up on him as he was trying to get back up to speed.
.40 laps complete here at Bristol. We got 110 to go. It's going to be about 106 when we go back racing. A lot of action going on. As we have drivers in the pits. See Richard Springer, who was just involved in that one's heading down pit lane. As you see, David Lindahl is currently in 4th position, having a great run for the 88. Let's see if we can pull in David for a quick interview. Hey David, this is the broadcast booth. You have a copy?
Yes, I do.
Well, sir, it's nice to see you up in the top 5, currently sitting 4th. There's been a lot of mayhem on the track in front of you. So far, you've been able to keep it clean. How's the truck feel?
It's going good. Gets a little bit tight on older tires, but on fresh tires, I'm able to move and do what I need to do.
It looks like everyone wants to get to the high side immediately. Is it possible to make passes on the low line, or is it are you gonna have to use the bumper to get around people?
Right now I'm only seeing room on the high side, but that may change as the race goes on.
Alrighty, well, we're double filing up here, so we're gonna let you go. Good luck the rest of the way. We got just over 100 laps left.
Thank you.
Hey, good to see David Lindahl up here running after taking about a month off in this series. We're back underway.
We are indeed, and Adam Fury with a great restart once again. We see Corey Sherman, David Lindahl, who we just spoke to, battling for 3rd. Lindahl using that high side, gonna have that momentum off the corner. Oh, Sherman
gosh.
squeezes him.
Corey Sherman and Lindahl get together.
Yeah, it looked like the 6 came up, and maybe he wasn't expecting the 88 to have that fast of a momentum off the high side. We'll see if we can see that one more time in replay.
As they're kind of hashing this thing out over the radio, but yeah, it looked like the 6 just didn't have the 88 cleared, and
As
not
we're
much
seeing
Lindahl could do in that situation.
Yeah, it is hard to tell without freeze frame. I think the 6 came up into the 88. The 88 was not hugging the wall.
It wasn't, well, he wasn't hugging the wall, but I mean, he was still holding his line, and that's kind of a normal arc you would take off the corner. So, I mean, you can't really fault Lindahl right there.
On board with the 88, we'll see from his far chase view. Yeah, I think the 6 definitely came up off the corner, and the 88 just had that run off the high side, had his nose there, and the 6 probably wasn't expecting it. Very unfortunate. We just spoke to David Lindahl, and he ended up a victim in that incident. Doesn't look like he has too much damage though. As we're going to be approaching 100 laps to go.
See a lot of people taking the wave around here to, yeah.
Adam Paris yet to pit. He's on the same tires he was when he started this race.
Right now, it's proven to be a smart decision. I mean, as we saw, the pole sitter, Richard Springer, when he got hung back in the on that bottom lane after pitting, he got caught up in that incident. So it shows how important track position is. More showing up more than tires right now, it appears. See Dakota Wilkins up here in 4th place despite some pretty significant front end damage.
And right behind him, the 57 Jordan Berry.
But like we talked about earlier, as long as it doesn't really affect the power on, you know, if there's no damage to the motor per se, then body damage isn't the end of the world here.
I have a feeling we're going to be able to count on one hand the number of cars without any damage.
Yeah, if there's any left at all. Which that would, excuse me, that wouldn't be very surprising either. If we, honestly, would be very surprised if we have a truck out there that's completely spotless at the end of the night.
As the pace car ducks off, Adam Pruitt's going to bring him to the line once again.
See a lot of confusion at the back of the field as far as trying to let people by.
As we have 3 sort out really quick.
But Lindahl did not get a very good restart. He might be a little bit down on power more than what he thought as he tried to stay out. That right front looks pretty torn up.
Yeah, he's already dropped to what will be 8th once Jordan Berry gets around him.
See Richard Springer pulling it down on the pit road. Oh, I just heard a motor blow here on the front stretch.
Not quite sure.
That was Marvin Wingfield in the 19.
As we see him pull off the track.
Went on to the backstretch pits. So
57 gets around the 87. We see the 01 of Adam Breeding diving it down inside of Matt Vanderpoort, trying to take that 9th position away.
And he does just that.
My apologies. The 01 is actually a couple laps down. This is not for position.
Yeah, he's in the position for the free pass. He's 2 laps down, but nobody else is just 1. So
As you see
If
a
you
pack,
can get 2 cautions here.
see a pack of trucks going on, led by Cody Gasky, Steven Sims doing his outside, Corey Sherman, Adam Purcell, and David Wilburn Jr. all together. This is for the top 10 position.
How about Terrence Sine up here in 4th place after a couple early entanglements with some other people? And he's matching lap times right now with our leader. And
A leader
of
who's
course, Meyer and Wilkins, they know even though they're on the fresher tires, it's still going to be tough to get around Ferrari on the bottom side, because I doubt he'll open the top up if he can help it. See Corey Sherman back here in battle for 10th with Steven Sims. And in front of them, Matt Vanderkoy and Robbie Armstrong. See Adam Purcell blinking a little bit behind these guys.
Vanderkoy doing a great job working that inside line. He's able to clear Robbie, just barely, but he did it. And Corey Sherman now looking to the inside of Robbie.
He made a nice pass there on the inside. Robbie's going to try to cross him over.
He might be able to succeed. We'll see if the run of the 72. No, the 72 gets loose. He will not have that run, and the 6 is going to take advantage.
It's been a tough night for Robbie so far, although he's up here in the 8th position. Had a malfunction with his wheel during practice, and also, from what I understand, a bit of a power surge in his neighborhood at home. So hopefully his connection is okay. And right now, trying to soldier along here in the top 10 as he just got passed by Corey Sherman.
26 of Daniel Holloway, who had trouble early. He's fighting for the top 12 position as he gets around Vanderkoy, almost into the back bumper of the 58. As you see, Adam Purcell is going to look to the inside of Steven Sims.
Well, Corey Sherman, he is definitely trying to make up for his mistake a minute ago, as he is marching through these guys in the 7th position and doing it on the bottom.
Just got by David Lindahl, who he got tangled up with. As he go back to check on our leaders, they're approaching lap traffic. We'll see how this plays in to Jeffrey Meyer's favor if they hold up the leader, Adam Curry.
Well, Dakota Wilkins has dropped back from these front 2, and Terrence Sine is
Oh,
on his
83's
back
loose
bumper.
in front of the leader. Wow. Almost made
Oh,
contact.
man.
83 still having trouble gathering it up, and now we're going to have real big traffic.
Yeah, it's going to box Wilkins in right here. He's got to really exercise some patience.
83 in the wall.
And now Sine is saying, come on, guys, sort this out.
Looks like Sine's going to be able to get by him. And then Austin Collins right behind them is going to have to work through this. Looks like the 83 has gathered it up for the meantime. And while all that went on, that opened up a half-second lead for Adam Ferrari.
And Casey Drake is really looks like he's down on power. Currently at 16th position, 4 laps down. Of course, he solidified his chase position with that win at Pocono. The leaders are coming up on David Wellborn in the 96.
Yeah, I think that was a big fan favorite win for Casey Drake, being able to pull that off at Pocono.
Third place, Sine and Wilkins are still going at it, and Austin Collins behind them.
Sine's shown speed throughout the year. He's just been in a lot of bad luck as of late. Hopefully he'll be able to get a top 5 and get that momentum heading into the playoffs. Started all the way back in 21st, and he's up to 4th. As Austin Collins might look through his inside.
Yeah, he just needs the finishes to go along with, just to give him some confidence. I mean, it's been a really tough season for Terrence Sinay. But he's drawing a bead on that 44 truck. Oh man, getting right up to his left rear quarter panel.
Might be using that bumper a little bit.
It's loose.
Able to
Gathers it
save
in,
it,
but
though.
loses the position to the 99.
Now he's just gonna have to focus and get his momentum, his rhythm back. We see
That lead to Adam Faree is about the same, still about a half a second.
Steven Sims passing David Lindahl. That is for the 10th position.
Now Austin Collins is on the move as he draws almost up to the back bumper of Dakota Wilkins.
I'm just amazed at how Adam Faree's driving.
Oh, me
Same-
too. I mean, he has done a terrific job.
Same exact tires from when he gridded 80 lap old versus Jeffrey Meyer's 50 lap old tires. I mean, he's able to keep Jeffrey at bay.
Coming up on the 27 of Cody Gatsky, we got
Caution.
a caution. Over on the, looks like maybe Adam Breeden looks like in the 01.
Let's see if we can take a look. On board with Breeden.
That was he and Corey Sherman that got together and getting into turn 3. Looks like he looks like some net code involved. Although that kind of looks more like the 01 coming down on the 6.
Taking a look. Entering 3. Yeah, he did start heading downward into the 6, entering the corner.
And I collected the 58 of Adam Purcell in the process, and that's too bad for Breeden because, like we talked about, he was in the free pass position as he was 2 laps down, but
Seeing this
won't be
one
able
more
to get
time. Yeah, there was definitely net code there as well, but it did look like Breeden was on a downward slope, and then the net code just took over at that point.
well, this is big for Adam Faree because he's now on the same tires as everybody else. And he won the race off pit road. So we are working lap number 84 of 150 here at Bristol. Of course, if you like what you see, make sure to hit that like button, or not just hit it, but smash it, and give that notification bell a ring, so you'll be notified anytime we go live. And of course, the next time we're live will be next Tuesday, as the Cup Series is off next week, but Tuesday we'll be here for Road America.
Yes, sir. Road course racing in the Grand National Series. 25 laps on the 4.048 mile track. It's going to be a lot of excitement going on. I'm going to be participating in that as I'm a point series driver there, and I'm going to need a lot of practice, that's for sure.
And of course, these truck guys next week, they're also going to a road course going up to Mosport, Canadian Tire Motorsports Park in Bowmanville, Ontario. And that, we've seen in real life just how exciting those finishes have been. And last year's race was pretty interesting as well, with I believe Ben Izinga picking up the win, if I can recall.
Yeah, it's gonna be a race you don't want to miss. 50 laps in Canada. As the pace car's about to duck off, we're gonna be going racing once again. Adam Fareed leading them to the line, choosing the outside lane. Jeffrey Manitou is inside. Green flag is out.
Well, something you notice right away as we pin back here. Not many people line up in that outside lane, as we're only got 14 trucks on the lead lap, and a lot of them were on the lead lap because of taking wave rounds and stuff. Side by side for 5th between Holloway. He's made a nice recovery after going 2 laps down after that inadvertent error on my part. But he's made a nice recovery and is able to fend off Collins for the moment.
As you see that back end damage on Jeffrey Meyer, Terrence Ney trying to take 2nd place away. Dakota Wilkins right behind them. And then 5th place, we have Daniel Holloway in that 26.
Oh, Robbie Armstrong loses it in turns 3 and 4, or turns 1 and 2, and a bunch of people piling in.
Yeah, it looks like 7 cars right there. Nobody able to get on there.
Still running into each other, trying to sort it out.
Let's see if we can see that real quick. What happened?
I was actually looking dead at it as it happened.
Oh
Robbie
yeah,
just
he lost it.
tried to dive it. He just tried to drive down on the inside, and the back end just came out from under him and overcorrected into the outside wall into the path of a lot of other trucks.
Lindahl just had nowhere to go in there. Let's see if we can see the 01's perspective. Yeah, he just whipped it right into the outside wall, overcorrecting. 01 gets nailed, and then nailed once more. Let's see if we can see perspective of the 88.
It's not going to be pretty, that's for sure.
Yeah, just blink of an eye, it just happened. Nowhere to go at all for David Lindahl.
Well, while we have a brief moment, see who else we can pull in for an interview real quick. Hey, Terrence and it's the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Hey, copy.
Well, you and your teammate doing pretty well, 1st and 4th, and a nice recovery for you after a rough start to this race, but after starting way back in 21st position, up in the top 5, how's the truck feeling out there?
No, it's been a crazy start to the race, that's for sure. Yeah, Adam's doing great up in front, giving me some pointers. So I'm just trying to stay clean, stop people's bumpers, and hopefully finish well here. Yeah, the car feels good though. A little loose in practice, felt like, but after getting some rhythm, feels pretty good. So.
Well, we know it's been not the greatest season for you, to put it politely, but how huge is it to not just to be able to run well, but how important it is to get the finish to show for it?
Oh, for sure. I mean, I think I've finished less than 50% of the races so far. So just to be up here in contention feels pretty good. Just hoping that we can finish this one and keep it clean.
Well, we certainly doing a great job out there, and good luck the rest of the way, pal.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
As you take a look at the point standings, Tansenay's name is not listed in the top 20. If he gets a win and he's inside the top 25, he will get himself into the playoffs. I believe he has completed the 80% requirement necessary to achieve that win in your benefit. As the pace car ducks off, Adam Fury once again going to lead him to the line. Nice start there by the 29. Dakota Wilkins trying to use that outside to get by Meyer, but it looks like Meyer's going to shut the door on that option.
They got the 58 of Adam Purcell down there just coming off pit road in front of these leaders.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to stay to the low side, and actually he might be challenging to keep his lap led. I thought he was going to be down on power, but it looks like those fresh tires are going to give him a little bit of a advantage, a boost, if you would, to try to stay in front of this leader.
You know, he's technically still on the lead lap right now in 11th place.
Doing a great job holding that low line.
Oh, right in front of the race leader.
Almost into the wall too. This might get ugly.
Oh man, this just reminded you of something on last Saturday night with Matt DeBeno and Ryan Newman. But the 29 makes it by the 58 cleanly, and now Jeffrey Meyer's got to deal with Purcell.
Little wiggle there by the 50.
Oh, this is Purcell's loving this. Oh,
into the wall, it's 58. That's going to allow the 50 and maybe the 44 and the 30 to get by him.
I mean, that was really big for Adam Free to not only build that little gap, but I mean, just there's a couple of laps that Meyer was stuck down there and trying to get by the 58. How much it might have worn the tires out on that 50 truck.
Yeah, less than 50 to go. There's no time to play around. Jeffrey Meyer's going to have to get up on the wheel and try to get around the 29, who's been very tough all night. As sees Corey Sherman in the mix, looking to the high side, Daniel Holloway. Corey's not going to have very far to go, though. The 58.
Oh, gosh. Sine. Oh, hang on.
Great
Flips
job
the
by
road.
the 30, able to hang on to it.
Makes a nice save, though.
Great save there by the 30. I'm sure he's not that happy, but plenty of time to recover. 6 of Corey Sherman looking to the outside of the 44. That's going to be for the 3rd position.
Yeah, that's a nice recovery for Sherman as well. After he and Lindahl got tangled up on the front stretch earlier. This Wilkins.
Porter gets loose, he clipped the apron.
Oh man, that truck still looks to be on the ragged edge. He has a hole to come up to the outside, he does. In front of the lap car at Purcell.
On board with Dakota Wilkins. We're going to take a lap around Bristol in his eyes. Using that middle high line the best he can. You heard him get out of the gas a little bit coming off the corner.
Now, I stand corrected. The lap truck at Purcell is actually still up here and ahead of Holloway. That was actually Jordan Berry that he slid up in front of. A nice run for Jordan Berry. Up in the 6th place right now. I haven't talked about it much. I guess in a way that's kind of a good thing here at Bristol. If you're not talked about much, it means you're not getting involved in much, although some slight cosmetic damage.
As we see Terrence behind Austin Collins looking to regain his position as he lost. Steven
These
Sims
guys
is
are
in
pretty
pit road.
single file for the most part.
Terrence looking to the outside of Austin Collins. Gonna
He's
get
gonna
around
get
him.
that spot as Steven Sims pulls down on the pit
Oh,
road.
I think Jordan Berry got in the wall. Terrence is going to be able to get by him as well.
Yeah, Wasn't much of a hit, but enough to slow his momentum.
Austin Collins was not able to capitalize, however, on that.
Down to just 9 trucks on the lead lap at the present time, with Matt Vanderkoy being the last of those. Now slowly, Jeffrey Meyer is creeping into that lead of Adam Free, just about 100th faster the last couple laps, but he's getting there. And he's got some lap traffic in front of him he's got to deal with David Wellborn or Richard Springer. Springer pulls down to the inside, and so does Wellborn.
Good job by both of them staying out of the way. Meyer's able to get around them both as well. And then Corey Sherman came all the way back from the trouble he was in, and he's currently sitting in third.
And he's reeling in both of these guys. He's been a little bit quicker than these two last couple laps.
Yeah, last lap, 2/10 faster than both of them.
I mean, and 2/10, that's a lot here on this racetrack, only a half-mile long.
When they hit the line, there's going to be 30 laps to go.
But that lead by Meyer now down, or by Ferree over Meyer, down to just 0.3 of a second.
Yeah, it's closing pretty quick. Gonna have lap traffic in front of the 29. That's Matt Vanderkoy. He'll be going 1 lap down shortly.
Oh man, he's gonna get hung up behind Matt Vanderkoy.
Able to get around him though.
I'm sure he would have liked the 72 to go low, but
50 almost made contact there with him.
man, getting around lap traffic here is just so dicey. But they're making it work for the most part.
Looking at Tennessee, he's all over the back bumper, the 44. He's trying to take that 5th position away.
I'm sure Sine would love a top 5.
Just behind them, a big battle going on between the 57 and the 99.
Yep, and those two are now the last trucks on the lead lap after Vanderkoy went a lap down. Pretty tight battle between these two.
Battle for the lead is heating up.
And Corey Sherman has dropped off a little bit. Off the 50 of Meyer, and
Yeah, he must have had a big wiggle. I'm showing his last lap was 6/10 slower.
I believe he also might have had some trouble negotiating around the 72.
As you can see, everybody's pretty single filed out, not really much in the way of battles at the moment.
And the best battle on track is the one with the last two guys on the lead lap between Collins and Berry for 7th and 8th.
As you see them, wiggle there by the 99. He's able to keep it together though. Looking at last lap, Corey Sherman's a 10th faster than both the top two drivers. I'm not sure if that's going to be enough with 20 to go to get around them, but he's definitely the faster of the two leaders.
Last couple laps, he's been the full 10th. See what it is this time around. Sherman with a 16.08. Meyer with a 16.1. Ferree with a 16.01. So 29 a little bit faster that time. Now that he's got some clean racetrack. First time he's had some clear track in quite a while. As we're now down under 20 laps to go.
As we see Daniel Holloway in a battle now with the lap car of Matt Vandercourt trying to get around him. Adam Purcell right behind Holloway. And then 5th place Dakota Wilkins. This lap traffic might play in favor of Tanzania, who's going to try to get that 5th position away from Dakota Wilkins.
Yeah, very possible.
Dakota
Especially
having
when
to
they're
go to
side by
the...
side like this.
Yep, Dakota has to work the inside now to get around the 72.
Well, and you can just see just how loose these trucks are on the bottom. Even trying to negotiate these lappers. I mean, that's why everybody is wanting the lap trucks to stay low, because it's the preferred groove is around the top.
Looks like the top 3 drivers have evened out in lap times the last few laps. Not much being gained or lost between these 3 drivers.
Yeah, well, now that Ferree has got clean racetrack ahead of him, he's been the quickest of the 3. Not by much, but still just enough to maintain the gap. As Meyer actually was 3/10 slower that time.
Janae looking to the inside of Wilkins. This will be for 5th.
When you know how badly he wants this top 5. He's done a great job tonight.
He has indeed.
Oh man, you can just see though how tough that pass is to make.
We'll stay right here on this battle. Gonna be 10 to go when they cross the start finish line. Oh, contact!
Oh, they get contact, and
Oh,
the
caution
caution is
before
out
them.
for something else. The Wilkins sideways and gets hit by the 57 of Barry, but meanwhile the caution is out for not sure what. Might have been, looks like David Wellborn perhaps? Yes. Yeah, David Wellborn and Steven Sims.
Oh yeah, the 79 just gets right into the back row for the 96.
That wasn't too far out in front of the leaders either.
They
but,
saved it after that contact, so I'm not quite sure what happened after that. Oh, might have been retaliation by the 96. Gonna have to see that one more time. There's the contact between the 79 and the 96. They both save it.
Yeah, the first one, I mean, they got okay. Oh, I don't know. Well, what I can say is that 96 definitely started off the corner against the wall and came down off the wall into the 79.
Yeah, I mean, you be the judge on that one is all I can say.
Well, what this has done is...
See, the 79 did not pass the 96 after making contact. He let him have it. He knew he messed up. And then, although the 96 was off the gas, it looked like he was heading towards the wall. I'm not sure if he overreacted turning left, or if that could have been what we might suspect is intentional. But both drivers...
Getting back to the race here, how about what's going on up at the front? Anna Farias, he pitted, and the top 5 stayed on the racetrack.
Doesn't look like the 79 or the 96 got a whole lot of damage out of that. Not sure if that was really necessary, being how close we are to the end. We'll have to get a driver's point of view. gonna see if we can interview the 79. Hey, Steven Sims, this is the broadcast booth. You have a copy?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Well, keeping it as PG as we can, walk us through that incident. We see that you did get into the back bumper of the 96 into turns 1 and 2, but both of you were able to save it, and you let him keep that position. You did not get around him. And then on the same lap, coming off turn 4, it looks like he either overcorrected it, about to hit the wall, or maybe a little payback for that bumping one. What's your take on it?
It was definitely retaliation. He's lap car running my line. Give him a little bump and run. No harm, no foul. Got to the bottom, and then he just kills me. So that's what I think.
Did you see much damage through that impact? How's the truck
I think
feel?
I'm fine, but you never know. Oh, that's a big wreck.
Yes, it
Well,
is.
we saw the 6 of Corey Sherman spin the tires, and that created a big mess here on the front stretch.
Well, Steven, thanks for talking to us, and we'll catch you at the end of this one.
All right, anytime. Thank you, guys.
Wow. So, that's the result of staying out on the old tires, as the leader, Jeffrey Meyer was okay, but the first truck on the inside lane, Corey Sherman spun him and collected the 29, and wow, Adam Faree's got to be one dejected young man right now, I would think, as he had nowhere to go.
Unfortunately, I couldn't get right to that, so we had to go through the pace lap, but we're going to see this restart once again to see exactly what happened. As
That
the
was
pace
just-
goes off. Oh
that's
yeah,
just
that
the case.
major tire spin there, and the 6 goes around.
Yep, and nothing Faree could have done about that.
And the 30 had nowhere to go either.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Gonna see if I can. Okay, there we go. Better rewind there. You see that spin? The 29 nowhere to go. 30 really nowhere to go. As the 6 is barrel rolling in front of him. Looks like Sherman's car is still mobile though, as he only pitted for 15 seconds. So I'm assuming it's all optional repair, and he's gonna try to finish the best he can out of it. If I'm not mistaken, this is going to be a green white checkered finish. So 1 attempt at a green white checkered, and we'll have a completion of Bristol.
So an interesting move here. Jeffrey Meyer I was eavesdropping on the radio, and it sounded like he was talking about taking the inside lane.
That's going to be interesting, especially as we just saw that tire spin happen on the inside lane. Maybe.
I think what the thought process is he knows that Faree is behind him. He's going to be 4th on this restart, so, and he knows that Faree is on the fresher tires. So if maybe he can get a little bit of a jump, and maybe Wilkins doesn't, then hold Faree back there a little bit. Maybe build up enough cushion to hold him off for 2 more laps.
It's go time. Green, white, checkered. The pace car is going to be ducking off this time by. If they make it to the line, we'll finish under green. If they wreck, it's going to be finishing under yellow.
And we saw last week that had a wreck going into turn 1 on a green, white, checkered. Hopefully it's a little bit better outcome this time.
Pace car is
car
off.
drops
Jeffrey
off,
Meyer
there
with
goes
a nice
Meyer.
start.
think that's what the thought process was. We see a truck blinking in the back, but Dakota Wilkins, he's trying to dig hard back at the front, trying to reel in the 50 of Meyer as we got half a lap to go. Here comes Austin Collins.
3 wide for third. Are we going to see a Bristol finish? I don't think he's going to be able to get there.
Wilkins not quite close enough, and Jeffrey Meyer, the points leader, scores the win.
As you see, Sine got loose crossing the line. Sine did finish 7th, so he was able to produce a pretty good finish. As we see some carnage behind him.
Wait. Man, what a race. What a call by Jeffrey Meyer. So he gets a, I would assume.
Oh, teammates
geez.
wrecking each other. That was not
I
intentional.
would assume that's congratulations / horseplay.
So Jeffrey Meyer able to get the win.
Well, Meyer did a little Polish victory lap here now. That's cool to see. And now, there he goes.
Oh, into the wall.
Oh, geez. He's done enough celebrating by now. You figured he'd be able to do a donut without hitting the wall. Yeah, I'm just teasing. But as the Bad Boys Racing teammates enjoy their fun with a 1st and 5th place finish. And let's see if we can talk to our race winner.
Hey, Jeffrey Meyer, this is the broadcast booth. You have a copy?
Yeah.
Well, sir, tell us about the call you made and the green white checkered restart and how you were able to pull this off.
Adam had new tires free, the 29, so I thought if he was on the outside, he might be able to get a better run if I was on the outside and be able to get around the guys with older tires. So I decided to try to get a good start and take the inside, and that would put him behind Dakota, who had old tires, and keep him off my back.
And that's exactly what I thought the thought process was, given the fact that he would have been charging and would have been stuck behind another truck that was on the same tires as you. But how difficult of a call was that to make when we got that late caution to pit or to not pit?
Under 10 to go at Bristol. You know, it was tough. I just said I'm staying out. Fuck it. I mean, it just, you know, it's gonna take my chances.
I mean,
I've seen, you know, PJ won last week because he stayed out and, you know, green white checker or whatever, and he got lucky, and so I just thought, well, it's hard to pass. If I get up on top, then I can hold him off with old tires.
well, of course, what this does is give you even some more playoff points going into the playoffs once they start here in another couple weeks. But I believe this is win number 5 on the season, so a terrific season for you, and it continues. Who do you got to thank tonight for that number 50 truck?
My teammates, Bad Boys Racing, we all worked hard to get everybody fast. A few guys had problems, but Daniel came back and got a decent finish, I guess. And I got to thank DRL for putting on the league, and you guys for doing the broadcast. You guys do a good job. You put a lot of work in. I know our race control had a handful tonight.
Yeah, you're not kidding. I did what I could, but certainly congrats again. And next week we turn right and left next week. How do you feel about Mosport?
I don't know. I'm practicing this week, so I think I'll be all right. Hopefully a top 5, but we'll see.
Well,
road courses are not my thing.
Well, to be fair, that's what you said about tonight, was just hoping for a top 5, and you come away with not just a top 5, but your 5th win of the season. Congratulations, and enjoy it.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been my win if Adam would have stayed out, because he was definitely faster, but he made that call and more or less handed me the win.
Take him any way you can get him, right?
Yeah.
Yep, well, congratulations again, and we'll see you next week.
All right, thanks.
All right, and that'll move us on to Dakota Wilkins, our runner-up finisher tonight. Dakota, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, started 6th, and got some help with Meyer staying out and Faree pitting, and looked like you maybe needed just one more lap to get to his bumper, as it was very close at the line. Tell us, I guess, how your race went in its entirety.
Well, I mean, beginning part of the race, it seemed like every time there was a wreck, it was right in front of me. I was either dodging or getting caught up into it. So, was lucky enough to, as the race went on, to avoid the rest of that stuff, and hopefully my truck looks pretty clean. I haven't looked at it yet, but yeah, the last restart, Meyer said he was going to take the inside, which is what I wanted because I suck on the inside, and I knew that was my only chance. And I had a problem shifting either from second to third or third to fourth. I had a problem shifting on the restart, and he was able to pull away, and I think that sealed it because I wasn't able to get to him and either try to bump him out of the way or get a good run on the inside.
Yeah, that's what we were thinking. If you could have gotten to his bumper, you might have given him just a little bit of a chrome horn. But I will tell you this. I mean, your truck doesn't look great, but there are a lot of others that look a lot worse than yours.
Yeah, I think anytime you can come home second, regardless of what your truck looks like, you'll take it.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. Well, next week we go to a completely different type of racetrack. How do you feel about Canadian Tire?
Zero confidence. I love road course racing, but I suck at it.
I'm in the exact same boat, so I know exactly how you feel. But of course, you got that win at the beginning of the season, so I'm sure that's a lot. That certainly helps going into next week.
Yeah,
definitely. It won't affect your playoffs.
Yeah, I hope. I mean, not hope. I wish I had a few more. I feel like I had a couple of chances to get a couple more, but it is what it is. Get the bad luck out of the way during the regular season since I'm locked in, and hopefully get good lucks through the playoffs and be there at Homestead to try to win it.
Well, a terrific run tonight, coming home in second. Anybody on that number 44 FMS Chevy Silverado you want to thank?
Everyone watches my stream. Dougie, Jeremy, Gary, Mike, Craig, Jay, Jess, Tom, all those people, they give me support and keep me going, especially after, my team pretty much abandoned me and I'm the last one left. So they tell me to keep going and try to win it. So, and then you guys for broadcasting, DRL, JP, everyone who does race control and admins and all that stuff. It's a great league and great group of guys here.
Well, I appreciate the kind words, and congrats again on your runner-up finish, and also good to see you just back in action here after I know what you're going through.
Yeah, I'm happy to be back and happy to actually get a good run. The past 3 races have not been the best for me, so considering all the issues I was having on the track and off the track, I'm happy to be back and happy to get a second place.
Well, we certainly wish you the best, and we'll see you next week, pal.
All right, thank you.
Finally, let's see if we can pull in Austin Collins, 3rd place finisher here at Bristol.
And his truck, for the most part, looks relatively a little right front. I pressed the wrong button here. There we go, Austin Collins.
Got a copy?
You got a copy, sir?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, one of the better looking trucks, a little ding on the right front, but kept your truck out of trouble for the most part, and after qualifying 19th, starting in the back on purpose, you managed to survive all the carnage for the most part and bring home a podium.
Yeah, it's been my philosophy all year, just back, have a clean truck. I believe my only incident points this race came on pit road, so that's always a good thing. So I just clean truck, a clean finish, hopefully, and that's what I got.
Yeah, well, yeah, you certainly did very well tonight managing your truck. That was the only 4X you got, and I will say that nobody finished here with the 0X, so certainly not surprising, but certainly it won't take away how you did tonight. Next week we go to Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. How do you feel about your road course skills?
Not very good at all. I haven't bought the track. About the only right turns I've done are in real life, and I barely do that.
Well,
Not much.
Go ahead.
I ain't got no confidence at all.
Well, I'll tell you this, the two gentlemen we brought in the booth previously, when I asked them about their feelings about it, they had about the same answer, so you're not alone. So hopefully it gets you some good practice this week, and of course you're locked into the playoffs with that win at Charlotte, so just like Dakota mentioned, that certainly has got to help on a weekend when you don't go to a track that you're too fond of.
Oh yeah, when Charlotte changed the whole outlook on the season, I think I only had like 2 top 5s at that point, and ever since then, I think I've got like 6 more, 8 more. I don't know. It changed the whole entire season for me. I can do stuff I wasn't going to do beforehand, so it helps.
Well, certainly a terrific result tonight. Despite your teammate not being here, anybody you want to thank on that number 99?
Just you all for putting on the show. Like you said, my teammate, he had vacation this week, so he couldn't make it tonight, which really hurt him, but who else is there? You all, like I said, everybody does racing. I know you had your hands full tonight with the race control.
Yeah, I sure did, believe me.
Oh yeah, so, yep, that's about it.
Got anything for Austin, James, before we let him go?
Great run tonight, Austin. Going soon into the playoffs. This is a great momentum builder. Hopefully you'll be able to keep it going to the next couple of races and possibly even get another win or two to add to your bonus points for the first round into the playoffs.
Yep, I hope so. Yeah, y'all take care now.
Yep, you have a good night, man. All right, that is going to do it for tonight. Let's run down the final finishing results.
Taking a look at what we got, Jeffrey Myers, your winner, leading 13 laps tonight. Dakota Wilkins finishes second. Austin Collins third. Adam Freary, who led the most laps at 112, will wind up fourth. Daniel Holloway with a nice top 5 finish tonight. Adam Purcell bounces back and finishes sixth. Terrence Ney, who had a car that could have won, finishes 7th. Same could be said with Corey Sherman, who finishes 8th. Matt Vanderkoy with a 9th place finish, a great run for him. Jordan Berry finishing in 10th.
Yeah, about Matt Vanderkoy. I believe that's 2 9th place finishes in a row for the number 72, so that's pretty nice to see. Coming home 11th tonight will be Casey Drake, 3 laps down. 12th, Steven Sims in the 79. 13th, David Wellborn, 7 laps down. 14th, pole sitter Richard Springer led the first 28 laps before his night was derailed with an early crash. William Wingfield, 14 laps down in 15th. Adam Breeden, a tough night. Just couldn't seem to avoid. Seemed like all the wrecks were kind of happening all around him. 44 laps down tonight, 16th position. Cody Gatsky in 17th. David Lindahl, 18th. Robbie Armstrong, 19th. Dustin Eichert in 20th. And rounding out the rest of the field, Cody Barber, Marvin Wingfield, and Roy Grande Jr.
Taking a look at our credits, thank you to everybody that makes Dynasty Racing League possible. James Fandoff with owner and financial and marketing support. Thank you to graphics and technical support, Martin Wenzel and Jordan Gonzalez. Thank you to all the broadcasters, David Warborn Jr., Taylor Butcher Benjamin, Martin Wenzel, Getty Buckner, James Pandoff, Ryan Branch, who did Cup Series earlier, and all the special guests who have been joining us as of late. Thank you to all the race controllers, Martin Wenzel, Getty Buckner, James Pandoff, Robbie Armstrong, Dakota Wilkins, Ryan Hesgard, Jeremy Hebel, Richard Springer, Eric Weatherholtz, David Wright, who's been doing trucks as of late, and we can add your name to the list now, Taylor. Thank you for race controlling tonight.
I tried. Hopefully we have David back next week, believe me. Well, actually, I guess it's good that we're going to a road course next week, considering race control doesn't have to do too much, considering there aren't any full course cautions unless there's a major problem out there. But feel like I'm improving at this a little bit, but certainly glad to do it, and hope to see you back soon, David.
And then thank you, last but not least, all the administrators in the league: James Pandoff, Getty Buckner, Martin Wenzel, Ryan Branch, and David Wellborn Jr. Well, taking a quick look at our point standings, Jeffrey Meyer makes it win number 5 on the season. Everybody else stays put pretty much. Gonna see a little bit of point shift, but I don't think it'll be nothing too drastic.
But
Heading
look down
into
there at the
next week.
cutoff line with Adam Purcell and David Lindahl technically tied, with Adam Purcell getting the nod with having the better finish this year, and Jarrett Rogers falling out of the top 12 by being missing in action tonight. So, man, that's going to be really interesting to see who gets in and who gets left out.
Yeah, it's definitely going to come to the final race in the regular season. So taking a look at the next broadcast on DRL TV, it will be the Dynasty Racing League Grand National Series at Road America. Tune in Tuesday, August 27th at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time for 25 laps on the 4-mile road course. Next broadcast for the Truck Series will be at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park for 50 laps on the 2.459-mile road course. That's going to be a lot of fun to watch. Myself and Taylor Butcher Benjamin will be there bringing you the live action. Well, Taylor, Jeffrey Meyer comes home the winner tonight, Bristol. What are your overall thoughts on tonight?
Well, typical Bristol. Strategy, of course. A lot of bent sheet metal, and but of course some exciting racing, and like they always like, as it goes in racing. Sometimes the fastest truck doesn't always win. Adam Faree, certainly, I'm sure he's second guessing himself after that decision to pit, but that's just how it goes sometimes. And Jeffrey Meyer capitalizes on it with his 5th win of the season and increases his point lead and adds 3 more bonus points to the playoffs. And I'm sure he's really looking forward to getting these playoffs underway with a huge gap over the rest of the field.
That'll do it for us tonight. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you next Tuesday. Have a great night, everybody.